Oh, that is what I like to see! Character development, major character development of Sinon. Oh, now, if you didn't understand the major concept of this development, I am just going to let you know. Sinon is pretty much Kirito when he was in SAO in the first series. Now, I'm not talking about SAO in the first series with the anime, I'm talking about the light novels. Pretty much her character design with how, like, the problems she's facing. For instance, like how she stated in this episode that she is fine with dying, she's fine with dying alone and stuff like that. That's pretty much Kirito before, he, I guess, changed and had Asuna help him out through his difficult times. Pretty much, that is exactly the equivalent of Kirito in this episode. Sinon is Kirito from the past. And that is the connections that these two characters actually share, and it actually showcases this in this episode. It shows how similar these two characters are and what problems they really face. And the great thing is about this episode that really makes you have some feels is that Kirito understands these problems that Sinon is going through, but he has something he needs to protect. He has something waiting for him out there in the real world. He has someone he loves, Asuna, Yui. He has so many people that care about him, he cannot just kill over and die by himself. He knows that, and that is stuff he has learned from SAO and the Fairy Dance arc. And so with this, Sinon is not alone. Since she technically has someone that's an expert with these problems, she is not alone, and she can overcome these problems because, Kirito is the perfect person you would want to come to with your problems if you're in the exact same similar situation as him. Now, the big thing also you can get from this episode is that Kirito states that he will be the person for Sinon. For instance, Sinon technically, outside in the real world, outside of this game of Gun Gal Online, she doesn't have anything. Think about this. She doesn't have any of her parents, okay? Her parents are pretty much gone. And then you have, the entire bit with how she lives alone, so she has no one to come home to and say, oh, welcome home and stuff like that, so she's alone there. And also, she really has very little friends to no friends at all besides that one boy. And so, pretty much, yeah, she's technically alone. And so having this person actually console her and say, I'll be here for you, pretty much that's a real major step in a great direction for Sinon's character, because now she has someone to look forward to when she leaves Gun Gal Online. And so that just shows you the connection these two share, and I love it a lot. A lot of people probably misunderstand this entire episode and probably think that, Sinon and, freaking Kirito are going to be getting together and there's some romance going on there. No, there is no romance going on there. Pretty much, it's just connections with similar feelings and bonds that they've had to deal with over their life. That's exactly what this episode meant. It did not mean romance. When you saw Sinon lay her head on Kirito's lap, it did not mean romance. I'm just going to say that right now. A lot of people are going to mistaken that as romance. But it was actually meant to show connection and bonds and how much Sinon is starting to grow fond as Kirito as a person because she can understand him. Now, the other thing I like about this episode too, besides just that entire section, I love the way when Sinon looks at Death Gun, she remembers the person she killed in the past. Like, they start off the episode right where that cliffhanger was last week, that every anime-only watcher was just pissed off and raging. And honestly, it was a good cliffhanger. It was a really good cliffhanger, but it was kind of obvious Sinon wouldn't at the very least die there. So, here is the thing, okay? Was that cliffhanger a foreshadowing of future events, or was that just, something there just to get anime-only watchers excited? That's the big question right now. But another thing, too, I do want to say is that the symbolism, like I was talking about earlier, with Death Gun, I like how that was betrayed. Just seeing how the, face of Death Gun changed, you see, the person, the robber's death, face on Death Gun when, Shion's looking back. That was a really awesome freaking scene. I love the emotions they're showing there. That's like the inner monologue, honestly. The way they're using the flashbacks and the scenes with what Sinon is seeing, that is the inner monologues. They're not really doing it with talking, they're doing it with the animation, and that's a damn good job. I mean, being able to demonstrate the inner thoughts of characters through animation alone is a hard feat to do. And so, I have to say that they're doing a damn good job with, expressing the inner thoughts of the characters. Because, so far, from Gun Gal Online or SAO2, whatever name or title you want to call this, part 2 of SAO, pretty much anyone could probably admit that Sinon as a character and the anime-only standpoint, she is probably more developed than Asuna in the anime only. The sad thing is that Asuna actually was developed as much as Shion in certain extents. And so it's kind of sad how technically Asuna is just that standard cardboard cutout in the anime from Season 1, but Shion gets that awesome character development that, Asuna technically should have had in Season 1. That's really saddening if you think about it. But besides that, okay, one thing I do want to compliment is the animation. Oh my god! Seriously. You'd have to be half blind not to notice that animation. Yeah, that animation of the ride when you see Kirito on his freaking motorcycle, he's running away from Death Gun, and you see Death Gun on the fucking horse, the mechanical horse. Dude, the animation, man. Dude. Did you see that freaking animation? That was ridiculous. Like, the movements, oh my god. And then the way you just see the way, like, the freaking Hecate, moved around when Shion was moving it just looked so freaking grand. It did. It looked so freaking grand. It did. This series, man, the animation, the character designs, and stuff like that, the way they're portraying SAO2 is amazing. They're doing a damn good job. They really are. Now, with the ending of this episode, okay, I'm going to say this right now. Judging by the way the events are going down, and judging by how the story is playing out, we're already on volume, 2 of Gun Gal Online, pretty much. I think volume 6. We're on volume 6 right now of SAO. Pretty much, if I'm correct, we're about to be done with this arc, honestly. I would give this arc maybe another 3 to 4 more episodes. I think we're almost done. I could be wrong. I have forgotten stuff before, but I mean, I think we're getting very, very close to the ending in the events of Gun Gal Online. So, yeah, wow. I can't believe, removing some actual dialogues and monologues and actually adding them into animation managed to speed up the process of Gun Gal Online, which, like I said, all the information from the light novels are being explained. There's nothing really missing here. So, I mean, if you pay attention to the animation and the body movements of the characters, you really won't miss nothing. It's understandable to see what is going down, and the characters are really amazing in SAO2. So, overall, great episode. If I had to rate this episode of SAO2, episode 10 I think we're on, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. That's exactly what I would rate it. It was a great episode. I enjoyed it. A lot of entertainment value, a lot of emotions, a lot of feels, great action, and, a lot of dialogue. So anyone that likes these different aspects most likely are very happy with this episode. But if you only wanted to see nothing but action, most likely are going to be left disappointed in saying that this was, once again, another slow episode that was boring. Too much exposition. I can see that happening right now with only people that want to see action. But anyways, you have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.